BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. So keeping the video off today and not looking particularly fresh. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's a combination of sicknesses and viruses and all kinds of tiredness. You don't need to look at that face today. Right, so let's think about one very basic, simple thing with Bitcoin. 28,500. So on the Patreon stream last night that I was conducting through my sickness, we were basically saying, look at these candle bodies. 28,500 is a major resistance, as it used to be a major support. So what we're looking for is to break above it and then remain above it. And the more likely, the more chances that the more times you hit a resistance or a support, is the more likely that you're going to break it. So on this last 4 hourly candle body, we've seen that we have broken it, but that wick, I've just watched it. Pretty impressive stuff, all the way up to the top, all the way down to the bottom, and we're still floating above it. So let's face it, we are above that level. It's not particularly convincing, but we are above it. Now, whether or not we believe in this 4 hourly candle is different to what we're looking at when it comes to momentum. So when it comes to momentum, all major moving averages on this 4 hourly are in exactly the right place. This is where you want to see it. We have not seen these in a while. I call them a rainbow spread. We've got all the moving averages in perfectly the right positions, and they're all diverging. So 200, 200, 50, 50, 20, 21, 10, 7. And now we're above all of them. Excellent. So we look at the momentum on this one. Right, well, RSI is coming down, so we're still consolidating with momentum. Same with money flow as well. There is a subtle uptick on this one at the moment, but maybe it's not quite right for a big move up quite yet. Maybe we're going to stay this sideways place for a little longer, perhaps. Might not be able to move up dramatically to that 30,000-ish area or beyond. Seriously, or beyond. Today, not based on what we see. However, things can change. But the main thing to focus on is that many supports above us. However, all of those supports are relevant on the way down, and I would still be bullish on this, looking for that big move back up if the price action consolidated all the way back down towards 27,000. And again, any number of these moving averages on the way down are very tangible, realistic, and pretty reliable support, really. And this is just the 4 hourly. Let's take it to a daily to see the setup on the daily. So consolidation is still in play on Money Flow Index since the 200 simple was being tagged, which is fine. Technically, we do have a pump signal as well on this as well. So I mean, that is true. That does exist, although it's not very convincing because we're just above price action, just above the cloud. Sorry, with this cheeky spam, but it does exist. And again, we are above all major moving averages of all forms here, so but we don't have the rainbow spread. So no trend in play, just many supports below us. First major support sitting down here at 28, then we've got 27,770, 27,500, all the way down to the lowest ones, which is 27,000 flat. So basically, just like the 4 hourly, the daily is offering supports incrementally on the way down, if we were to be rejected from this level and consolidate with price action, just like momentum wants to consolidate also. So it does look good, I have to say. Like, you know, I would be in favour of this actually breaking out from here and moving up to this level. Probably, within a couple of weeks, definitely, at this current moment in time. So that is Bitcoin for you. There's really not much more to say about it than that. The odds are in favour of a Bitcoin move up, even if we consolidate price action all the way down to 27,000. But it's not that simple. If only it was. If only we could look at one chart and take it on face value, that would be great, but we can't. So let's have a think about Dixie. Dixie is in a very savage uptrend still, looking for a consolidation of its own on this 4 hourly, possibly down towards 105.5, 105.6, maybe 105.3, which was the breakout zone. Now, if we just take it to the daily, excuse me, If we take it to the daily, we can see that we might be losing that that center of the Bollinger Band here, which is around 26,000, 106. Yeah, oh my God. So, yeah, it's hard work, isn't it? It's hard work. 106.2. And so if we do lose that area, it makes it more realistic to think that we do come down to the bottom of the range, which again is just a breakout range. So we were looking at a range to be played for the Dixie between 105.2, 107.9, and this is where we're going to live. Again, similar to Bitcoin, we are in a bullish position on this chart. So Dixie and Bitcoin do look bullish. The trend for Dixie is more bullish. We're not, I wouldn't say overextended on the Dixie. We've actually got further to run if we wanted to, and fundamentals will go into this with all the problems going on all around the world. It's going to have a repercussion on forex. Now, let's have a look at S&P. S&P exists in a symmetrical triangle below a Bollinger Band center of the weekly, which comes in at the top, more or less the top of this this range. Now, this is what these formations are symmetrical, giving effectively a 50-50 breakout if you just go by that. Considering we're below the 20 weekly, and that's coming in at the resistance. If we move up to there and get rejected from there, it's very safe to assume we come back down. And because we're quite close to the end of the apex, we may even break down. Now, look, when it comes to consolidation of momentum on the S&P, it does look like it's broken that. So there is evidence enough to say that if we did get rejected here, come down to this level and get supported around 4,170 or thereabouts, this horizontal over here, we might actually form a decent bounce from here and break out towards the top of the range. So a fake out could easily take place, but at the moment, the price action is getting shallower and shallower, making it sort of less interesting to try and trade this while in this formation. You want to try and trade a breakout, but considering that it's close to the end of the apex here, not for me really. Not for me. I'd rather just get a bigger swing. So I'd be looking for this to get a rejection, then come down, break out, and hopefully we get support here where we move back up again. But again, stocks have had a great time recently. We've been enjoying stocks for a while, but I mean, in the short term, it looks like maybe some of the fun is over. We'll just wait for a breakout in one way or another, and just see if we can catch a bigger swing. Gold, obviously, having a great old time, all the way from that weekly 200 simple. That's great. So this actually looks bullish now, really bullish. Probably be looking to target 2,000 on gold. Bitcoin dominance breaking out as well, so this adds more weight to Bitcoin just demolishing altcoins. But we'll leave it on this one. Ethereum still holding on to that support. The support exists with bullish divergence on the RSI on the daily. Outside of that, on the weekly, not quite the same. It's fading away, unfortunately, with a rejection just short of a 200. So the 10 exponential. Other than that, it's not looking particularly good. However, hopium does exist at this level, but if it doesn't exist, it does look pretty bad, and you'll be looking for this to move down quite a couple of $100 really on this one. So we'll see how it runs. There are altcoins obviously that are outperforming Bitcoin. I don't know if that'll continue. Like I said, BSV did really well. We were looking at INJ as well on the stream last night. Still highlight this as one of the better charts in crypto, above everything on the weekly, above everything on the daily, just about really. If there is going to be an outperformance of Bitcoin in the form of a Bitcoin uptrend, this could be one of them. But for the most part, altcoins don't look like this, and Bitcoin and altcoins don't often have a setup like we had on a BSV. It's not particularly common, but they do happen occasionally, and they do yield bigger moves than Bitcoin. But for the most part, altcoins are not going to move more aggressively than a Bitcoin just through association. You do have to have attention to detail, really, and find a chart which is ready to move at the same time as Bitcoin. And even then, take profit when the move happens. Well, BSV actually does look still quite good, in all fairness. but like I say, that trade is done for me. Done, dusted, and over. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Basically, in summary, 28,500 is the key. Build a base above there for Bitcoin and get moving averages above there, even better. Looking for a trend up to 30 to 31 to 32. Right, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to that ramble, and I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.